intro now.
Very good.
Hey freaks and geeks, this is Paul Acevedo from Windows Central. Tonight I'm joined on mic by Brian and Bob.
Yo.
Meow.
Rock on. And we are taking a special first look at Arslan, the Warriors of Legend, which is coming soon to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam. We are previewing the Steam version on low settings. So the game could look a lot better than it's going to look tonight, but this is how we're able to show it to you right now, so it'll give you a good idea of what the game is like. And this is a spin-off of the Warriors series based on a popular anime and comic, and it's, in my opinion, it's one of the best ones so far. I'm really liking it, so I'm looking forward to playing more of it on Xbox One and reviewing it.
It has an actual story, unlike all the other Warriors games.
No, Warriors Orochi has a pretty good amount of story, and I enjoy the story. But yeah, the story here is deeper for sure.
Yeah, this is a really pretty intricate story.
Yeah. So a lot of times I say that these games appeal to RPG fans, and I think Arslan especially will appeal to RPG fans because it does have an RPG-like quantity of story. Nice. Nathan thinks it looks fantastic. Yeah, I mean, our stream is not going to do the game's visuals justice, but you will be able to see how cool the game is, and that's good enough. And
yeah, the video was kind of great.
Yeah, the opening there was pretty good.
And we're going to do story mode, and I'm going to start it all the way over. If you enter this mode, then that data will be lost. Yes, proceed. Yep.
Just as a warning, the frame rate might be a little janky.
Yeah.
That's not the stream, that's Paul's computer.
Yeah, it is my computer, so sorry about that. And obviously on Xbox One, it will run just like Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, yeah, it'll run
running
beautifully. Yeah.
What is Living Dead Girl growing
I
about?
don't know what she's all mad about.
No telling.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Little Friar, no, this is just a bonus we threw in here because we got the game early and we wanted to share it with you. And since it's a Warriors night anyway, we might as well show you this upcoming Warriors game, especially when it's one of the best ones.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So the story is based on a Persian, either history or folklore. I can't remember exactly, but it's sort of based on real life, but this is like a fantasy version of real life kingdoms and events. Yeah, that would be awesome, Nathan. If they would let me, I definitely would. I've never had any luck getting a review computer, but if somebody would send me one, then totally review it.
If you can talk them into sending you a $1,500 computer, 2 thumbs up, man.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, Little Friar. Once we complete all of our other streams, then I am definitely going to pitch them streaming this one and giving it away at the end of all of them. So
cool.
We'll see what they say.
The Xbox version of this one?
Yeah, exactly. So it'll look a lot nicer. But you can see this one has some like cell shading effects that actually look pretty cool. You know, it makes it fit in with the cartoon visuals and stuff.
Alright, whoever's creating fake names, I'm going to ban you.
Ooh,
Stop doing it. Somebody's creating fake names.
Exactly. No, you're not going to get banned, you're going to get flushed.
Well, Bob can flush you, but I will ban you.
So I'm playing as Prince Arslan. He is the prince of the current dominant kingdom in this region, which I guess would be like Southeast Europe or Northwest Asia, or Southwest Asia or something. Anyway, his kingdom is called Pars. They're the dominant kingdom. They have an undefeated military, and this is a big battle for them because a rival nation is invading. And they have to fight them off. At this time, Arslan is 14 years old.
A lot of people really like this anime, Nathan, so...
Yeah, and I had never seen it before the game came around and was announced. I had never seen it, but once I checked out the manga in order to prepare for my review, and I really liked it. Like, I bought all 4 volumes that are currently available, and there's a 5th one coming out in August. I mean, like, I just tore through them. It's really compelling.
Story, or is this like the story from that?
It's the same story, you know, kind of mildly reinterpreted, but a lot of the same stuff is there. So here's this thing, I write into it, and I push right trigger, and this makes us do a rush, which is this powerful charge. The screen zooms out, and we just charge all over the place, all our horses at once.
That's cool. And this
Yeah.
is running a lot better than it did before.
I hope so.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, and
That was kind of neat.
Yeah, I liked all the horses.
Yeah.
so
You're chain right now.
was it pretty good? Dang it! It reset after
Like,
it ended.
it's like 23,000.
Whoa, that's crazy. No, it is on Hulu Plus. The anime, if you wanted to check out a little of the show, see if it would help you get into the game, it's on Hulu Plus. And
Yes.
Funimation's streaming network.
Yeah, it is not on Crunchyroll, and I don't think it's on Netflix. Matter of fact, I know it's not on Crunchyroll because I looked it up.
Oops, did I do the wrong thing? Yeah, I did the wrong thing. Whoops, let's go back and start that rush again. Okay, where is it? I have to find that blue cloud. You can only start them in the right position. Oh man, did I really screw up? Kind of really screwed up.
Looks like
sure,
you have a
little fair,
fan,
but
Bob.
we don't encourage that. I have a fan? Were you here?
No, I said Bob. Bob has a fan.
Oh. Besides Living Dead Girl?
I do have a fan. It's very loud, but I don't think it comes up on mic.
I hope not.
Well, it's actually cold in my house,
There it
so I
is.
don't
I know
have
what
my
I'm
fan
doing.
on.
I always have. I can't sleep with the out sound.
I put a show on and I let it, go off on its own. By the time I fall asleep, that works for me.
Not a bad way to do it.
Alright,
I
here we go.
found on while I'm sleeping too.
So we just charged through this wall. Nice and cinematic.
Remember, Steam is a thing. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you have a computer that can handle it, we highly encourage trying to win the Steam version.
There you go, so-called.
Yeah, his computer can handle it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel real stupid if he doesn't win one now.
Well, if he's the only one that enters, he'll probably.
Is anybody entering for PS4?
Oh yeah, there's quite a few of those.
Yeah.
Now what we have here in the story is a flashback to 3 years ago. This is, I believe, 3 years before the main part we were just in. So Arslan is a young boy and he's training with the, I don't know, like the second in command, kind of like a prime minister or something, named Varys. Reluctantly training.
I have a Steam controller. I don't have a link.
Ugh.
The controller's kind of cool. It takes a little while to get used to.
Oh man, heck no.
Yeah.
Eh,
No
it's
way.
actually, it's not bad. It's a little bulky though. If you have small hands, I wouldn't recommend it.
It's an interesting experiment, but
No.
I think it's pretty cool. It will definitely be awesome for games that don't support controllers.
yeah, I mean that would be the only practical application for it in my opinion, because otherwise you should be using a controller with sticks and D-pads and things. Alright,
Button.
so now I'm in a training session. I've just got to hit this guy several times, and if I do it fast enough then I achieve an S rank, and I think getting enough S ranks will unlock content for me, like new cards and weapons. Power attack, so now I got to hit him with the Y button attack. Cleared.
This does look
S rank.
really, really good. Like, I might be picking this one up when it goes on
Nice.
set.
Glad you think so. We have shadows turned off, by the way, so it would look better with shadows. Alright, switch between weapons and attack. How do I... that's right. You can switch weapons on the fly with the D-pad. Hit him with a spear. Uh-oh. Am I doing it wrong?
I just sent you a message, Paul.
Okay. It's gonna be a minute. Only got A rank. Need to get better at that. Boy, I don't know how to maximize the call. It's just the... Oh, I see. Okay. That's a risk. I bet that means that one of those codes is no good. Test the top one and the bottom one before you give them out, if you can. You know how to do
I've
that?
already sent out the top one.
Okay. So whoever won that top code needs to let us know if it's working.
Okay.
Yeah. That would be nice of them anyway. Oh, I can run over here and get some items. Get some gold. I don't know what you can spend gold on yet. Presumably weapons or something. Attack him with a chain strike, which is... Let's see, is it...
Sounds like a combo.
Yeah, it's a combo of some kind. There we go, I got it. It's Y then right bumper.
The animations look really nice.
Tight. Alright, what's next? Use a special move against Furries. It's the B button. So this is what his special move looks like, his Musou attack. Attack him with a unique skill. Uh-oh. I don't remember how to... Is it not telling me how to do unique skills?
You probably pause the game and...
Yeah, it told me the first time through, but because I've already done this, it's not showing the info anymore, and that is confusing. Unique skills. Okay, press right bumper. Oh, just press right bumper. Okay. Uses a little bit of your Musou gouge. There we go.
Yeah, when did this game come out?
This game comes out February 9th. Xbox One, PS4, and Steam.
Well, that's pretty soon. Couple weeks.
Okay, well, sorry about that turtle virus, but, you know, we're pretty committed to the embedded chat, so it's not changing. Anyway, block his attack, which is left bumper to block. Now, what's next?
And I just figured out today how
Yes.
to poke people on Facebook, and it only let me poke like 3 different people. So
You
I think
can't
it's
go
like,
around poking your fingers in everybody.
Ouch.
well, the
I
only
didn't know
people that get poked are, I think you might have got poked, Paul, but now your name's not showing up.
Uh-oh.
And then Living Dead Girl got one, and then somebody that doesn't watch the stream got one.
I was wondering why I was having a hard time.
I don't know why it won't let me poke anybody else.
Try all of this against me. Well, I guess they don't want you to overdo it. Okay, attack him and destroy his shield. Sure. So I just gotta hit him enough.
Yeah, I just learned how to do it, CMU. It's pretty
Ow.
cool.
Stop hitting me. Jerk.
I think I haven't looked at Facebook
Dude.
since 2006.
Now he's just hitting me as soon as I get up. That's cheating. There we go. I got
Trying to poke you Swizzlers, but I don't know how. Your name doesn't pop up.
Michael.
Yeah, and I got him on there on the defense list. It still doesn't pop up.
Alright. Fight me and defeat me with everything you've got. Sure, we'll do that. Don't mind if I do.
Okay.
By the way, there's a good chance we'll also stream the Xbox One version next... Maybe not next week. If it comes in time, then maybe before I leave. Next week I've got a lot of traveling coming up, you guys. In case you didn't know, Wednesday I'm heading to LA to preview an upcoming mobile game. So I'm very excited about that. And then Thursday I fly back to San Antonio. So not where I'm from, but San Antonio is where PAX South is happening, the Penny Arcade Expo, and I'll be covering that the entire weekend.
Okay. I might be making some tuna sandwiches next weekend.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, I might be eating a lot of tuna with my cat. We'll see how that goes.
My cat hates fish.
Don't put
He
your
likes
mouth on your
chicken.
cat.
Well, I've had the tuna saved up for it's been in there for a while, but I think it'll be okay.
I've got a lot of meetings set up for PAX South. One of the things I'll be seeing is Killer Instinct Season 3, hopefully. Turns out Iron Galaxy... That's her name, right? Yeah, Iron Galaxy will be showing another game, too. That, like, laser dodgeball or whatever the game is they're working on. I forget what it's called.
The other games are kind of very meh.
Yeah, well, they'll be showing that one. I thought it had a good trailer, though. But,
Yeah, they're really fun, but I think they're all, like, local party games.
I don't know if I'll get to see that one, though. Because here's the weird thing. They set up a meeting with me to do this Killer Instinct interview. Did not even mention they would have anything else there at the show. Then yesterday I get an email. By the way, we'll have this stuff at the show.
Oh yeah, they usually bring like 3 or 4 games to all their shows. Or to any show, like the fighting game tournament I went to, they bring all their games there for people to try out.
Ooh. Hey, Sergeant Torrente says he really liked our Brook Super Converter review. Thank you, man. And it looks like Lightspeed Halo prefers the DualShock 4, which, you know, I don't know.
I do too.
I don't know how anyone could like the DualShock 4 better. Ergonomically, the Xbox One controller is simply
maybe
better
if you, like,
designed, but
You cut out the middle part and taped it together, maybe?
yeah,
I like the DS4. It is a very good controller, especially compared to the DS3,
Yeah.
which was just a hot mess.
Yeah, it's not a bad controller. I'm not saying it's bad. It is good. However,
But I
it
do
is
prefer
still,
the X1.
Yeah, the Xbox One controller is better ergonomically. Like, just if you understand ergonomic concepts, it is better. But, you know, people, they get used to what they get used to. So the DualShock 4 being better than the DualShock 3, you know, PlayStation guys are like, oh, that's great. And, of course, it is great. Although it is too wide, like what Bob said. It's too wide, but you get used to that pretty quickly. And
You have obviously never used a Wii U gamepad.
No, I
well,
have. I hate that thing.
Yeah, that thing's awful. So
Yeah,
let's
that's
talk
awful
about
too.
let's talk about the story that's happening a little bit right now. See this young boy here. He's been captured as a slave. He's from a different kingdom. This is 3 years ago. Still flashback time. Prince Arslan is just walking around. And he's trying to experience the kingdom. He mostly spends his life inside, kind of sheltered, but he's just out and about. He's having a good time. Then he's going to run across the boy we just saw who had the dagger hidden in his boot.
Okay.
The kingdom of Pars, although they are mostly a benevolent kingdom, they do own slaves. And that's one of the themes explored in the story is the value of slavery, or, you know, the drawbacks of slavery, that kind of thing. Like they look at the pros and cons, you know, like how they affect the kingdom and how they affect the slaves, etc. Very well done, I think. So this kid, he's gonna become an important character later on. But he's capturing Arslan.
Don't give the story away.
I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but we're still talking about like first volume stuff, mostly.
Many spoilers.
Okay, so this is
pro slavery does sound very strange when you say that.
Yeah, well, I'm talking. They look at the pros and cons of it because they're looking at it intelligently. Like I think if you had American writing on it, like if you tried to say that there was any benefit to it in a public place like Gawker, for instance, there was some discussion about that recently. You just can't have intelligent discussion about it because people will have too much of an emotional gut reaction. Frame rate is going to heck. I'm sorry about that, you guys. This level is pretty interesting, though. This is something you wouldn't see in a normal Warriors game. Like, there's actually a level here for me to run around and explore a little bit. Without
that's cool.
without a combat focus. And I have to chase the boy. In the actual story, he, like, grabbed Arslan and held him at knife point and forced him around everywhere. It's a little different. Oh, living dead girl. Come on now. You know better. None of this bad language stuff.
Is that the fake living dead girl? No, she's just mad because someone stole her name, and they're still here. Even though
No,
they
I
have one.
banned the fake one.
Okay. That's
But
good.
if you type a little @sign and you put LI, you can still see that they're still here.
Maybe it's just
Yeah, they're still here. They just can't chat.
Yeah. Alright. Yay, S rank. Good job, Paul.
And it is Priya, not Brian. So
Byra?
it's Priya is short for Brianna.
Vera could be your copy. Graxaplon, no, we're only playing these two games tonight. You know, the reason we're playing this one tonight at all is because it fits in well with the game that we were playing before, you know, because these are both Koei Tecmo games, and this is their upcoming game. So, you know, we are glad to be able to show you something that isn't out yet. Nice preview. We have permission to do that and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow night we'll be streaming a vastly different game. If you guys come back tomorrow, we have another contest stream. First time we've ever had a contest stream on a Sunday that I can recall. And it is for a game called Clockwork Tales. Just came out on Xbox One. Also available on Steam. I don't know if it's on PS4 or not. But we have Xbox One and Steam codes for that to give away, and that's a totally different kind of game.
Very cool.
Yeah. New objective. What is my objective? Escape to the castle walls. So where do I go? That way? Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow, same time, unless... I'm leaving it open. We might start like half an hour late tomorrow, but probably we'll start on time. So try to plan to come on time, at least check in and see if we're live then at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, first for the channel. Good point, Rails. Bob says he likes hot dogs. I think we all knew that.
Yeah, hot dog's pretty good.
So here's an important scene from the very first issue of the comic, I believe. Maybe the second issue, but probably the first. Oh, don't blame me. Especially don't spell it wrong.
Blame
let's blame-
Canada.
Blame Canada. Great song.
Let's blame Paul and Canada together.
Got a twofer there. Wow.
I love that Blame Canada was nominated for an Oscar. It's a shame that Trey and Matt, the creators of South Park, acted so stupidly about being nominated. Like, they were totally ungrateful about it, and they showed up, they were high out of their mind on drugs, and they were cross-dressing. So like they just made complete buttholes of themselves just to make sure they'll never be invited back to something like that.
Maybe they don't like getting all dressed up in monkey suits.
Well,
Yeah.
they didn't have to dress like that.
They just wanted to be themselves.
Yeah, that's not themselves. That's just them acting out. They're like making fun of the fact that they were invited. And it's like instead of that, why don't you try to accept the honor like all those other people who would do anything to be honored in that way?
All those other boring people.
You can do No, I mean like yes, being creative or different is fine,
What
but
about diversity,
they took
Paul?
it too far. No, and yeah, it's not that I don't approve of cross-dressing. They're not real cross-dressers. They just did it to make a scene. And that is not cool.
I don't know. I think they did it to show their support for the cross-dressing community.
Maybe if they hadn't been high out of their minds, then I would believe you, but no.
Well, who isn't high out of their minds?
But no, even if you did, even if you did dress cross for an event like that, you would do so in like the female equivalent of a tux, not just not just trying to look like a fool.
They went full on queen there. You're saying is what you?
I am not being transphobic.
No,
Yeah.
I said they went full on.
Yeah,
queen.
no, Nathan is saying. No, Nathan, you're new to the stream, but trust me, we are big fans of of
We're
those.
fans of everybody.
Yeah,
Don't
we're
worry.
fans of diversity and equal rights for all people. We talk about it all the time, so trust me.
Except for emotes, sometimes get a little
Yeah.
restricted
Okay,
around
good.
here.
Glad
You
to
can
hear
have 10 emotes.
It's not enough.
10 is
Well,
enough.
I can have infinite emotes, so
Don't start. I'll find a way to ban you.
oh, you will, but I'll get out of it.
that. So now there is a lot of story stuff. Here's an interesting thing: like these story segments, they're using frames of animation from the show, but they're not literally video segments from the show. So they don't animate very well, to be honest. And we talked about this in our preview, in our test stream, but we think this was done to prevent the show from, in Japan, the show is still coming out, and they don't want people to stop buying the home video releases, so we think that is why they kind of limited the in-game animation, even though it's borrowing from the same elements. They just,
See ya, Sergeant.
they don't want it to, yeah, good seeing you, Sergeant. Thanks for the kind words, always good to see you. Okay, so this is back at that battle where we were just playing, actually. And we're like at the start of the battle. Prince Arslan is kind of worried. Right now, there's some expository dialogue to help you understand the situation. What the heck, Icky? No Pants Subway Ride? Is that an improv everywhere event? I think that's what
It
is.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they do it in a lot of big cities with subways.
That's so
New York
cool. I
and
love
Paris.
improv everywhere.
They're pretty awesome people. That and you get to see a lot of hot girls in their panties. Oh wait.
Wow. I think my favorite one they've done, it's hard to really pick a favorite, but I think it would be their Rocky one is pretty good. Where they recreated the training montage from Rocky.
Mm.
But, like they've done some that are more prankier, like Best Buy having like 1,000 people show up in Best Buy outfits. That was pretty funny.
The flash mob ones are pretty good, where they get a lot of people together and then they just start singing.
Yep, those are neat. And they had tuxedos at the beach. That was fun. A
Yeah,
lot of
I saw that one.
So this has a lot of story, and for the rest of the stream, we're going to finish this story segment, but then we're going to kind of skip them after that. One cool thing is you can advance the lines just like you would in like a regular RPG. You can just advance the lines, or you can skip the entire cinematic if you want. Alright, so the prince predicted that there was going to be some rain or mist, and it turns out, yeah, there is a lot of rain and mist. So this is going to prove to be disadvantageous for their army. They thought they had a complete advantage, then they get here and there's like a freak weather event that makes it hard for them to see.
Even though it was predicted already.
The prince predicted it, nobody believed him.
Oh,
Everyone else they're like, no, this is an easy battle for us. They have like a 5-to-1 advantage numerically, so they just thought it was going to be easy, and all of a sudden things aren't what they seemed.
Sorry, typing a lot.
Yeah, what I'd like to do is go through one more level, and then we will probably call it quits.
okay.
Do we decide on who's going to stream after us?
I thought Bob was.
It kind of depends if what Twizzlers wants to do.
I'd rather just see you play on your own, but That's just me.
Really?
Yes.
That boring.
Well, it depends.
I won't have the camera on today, so it's pretty boring.
I mean, it just depends on what you're playing. Resident Evil's fun to watch. People are still pretty jazzed about it.
Yeah.
So here's what's happened. The king is Arslan's dad, and he's very overconfident. And his general guy here, God, what is his name? I'm still learning the names. They're kind of, you know, complicated because they're foreign fantasy names. But anyway, the general has brought up his doubts about this battle. He thinks they should retreat. You know, he sees the mist and stuff, and he can tell something's not right and that it's a trap. And the king is actually punishing and demoting him for raising these concerns, because the king is totally, although he is a strong fighter, he is blustering and very bad at strategy. Like, he wins with brute force, and he can't even conceive that they could be defeated.
I got a very strange message on Twitch.
Uh-oh. And he just mentioned another character named Narcissus, who's going to be an important character later in the game. But that's something you would learn more about as you watch the show or play more. No, although a lot of the Warriors games do have split-screen multiplayer and online multiplayer, this particular one, like Dragon Quest Heroes, is single-player only, because it is really story-oriented, I guess, is the main reason for that. Like, they put a bunch of more RPG elements into it, and so they don't bother with multiplayer, unfortunately. As far as I know. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and skip the rest. That was enough story.
This is a really long cutscene.
Yeah. And see, they actually have to break the cutscenes up into chapters. So, like, okay, here we are, finally in the game. Alright, it's teaching me how to dismount the horse. Just push A to jump off, and sure, I will do that. Now I can fight on the ground for the... No, I guess I fought in the training thing. This is the first time I'm fighting soldiers on foot.
Frame rate got kind of janky.
Yeah, it's
Not sure
getting
what's
a little
going on
better.
there.
I don't know, it chugged right at first, but now it's being okay.
All right.
Objective, defeat the generals and rendezvous. Okay, so let's get back on the horse. Go find us a general. Beat him up. Because he's got it coming.
Totally has it coming.
Yeah, I don't know. How do I say your name? I'm going to call you Laxer, Mr. I could either call you Eej or Laxer, but I don't know about Eej Laxer. Doesn't roll off the tongue. Alright, a barrier stands in our way. Defeat the general, and then we can go through the barrier. So let's find this general guy. And yeah, I apologize for the frame rate. Remember, when you play this on Xbox One, or if you play it on a beefy enough PC, then you won't have these problems. It's just because my processor is a little... Even though I have the best... I mean, I upgraded my processor recently, so it's not a bad processor, but it's just not quite beefy enough to handle smooth frame rates on this, unfortunately.
It's just this game is optimized poorly.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know, Koei Tecmo PC games require really strong hardware. That's just an unfortunate thing about them. If you have the good enough hardware, then it's fine. But I am on a 3-year-old gaming notebook. It's a pretty good gaming notebook, but it's still 3 years old. It's not like it just came out or something.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's do our special move on him, if it'll let me. Nope, won't let me. Do this move. He's about to go down. X-Laxer? See, X-Laxer would be a fun
Does this actually mute me?
After you said mute me, I haven't heard anything else from you.
Testing 1, 2.
I do hear you say testing 1, 2. Ooh, I got a new skill card. I wonder what it does.
This should be like a $60 game when it comes out, right?
Oh, yes, it will be a $60 game. It's a big budget, full retail release. A lot of content, a lot of story stuff. Oh, come on. Yeah, again, sorry for the frame rate issues, you guys. We debated whether or not we were going to stream it knowing that the frame rate was bad, but we decided I wanted to play it enough that we said, yes, we're going to do it.
Weird. Skype's being stupid.
Alright, well, you did mute part of the time.
Yeah, I did mute myself, but the thing I've been using to mute myself to cough hasn't actually been working for like half an hour.
Uh-oh. I heard
Sorry.
you take a drink earlier. I didn't hear any coughing, though.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Do a special move. Yeah, Stony Silence asked about contests. That was the last contest of the night, right?
Yes, that was the last one we had.
Yeah.
All codes have been sent. And the debatable one was redeemed. At least that's what the person said. So.
Excellent. Okay, so they sent an extra code. That's good.
Yep.
So, hey, that all worked out pretty nicely, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to the winners. Remember, it's going to take some... You're going to have to put some time into Dynasty Warriors 8 to really understand it. Like, Bob understands it at a much better level than I understand it, because he put more time into it. I just didn't have the time, unfortunately. But hopefully you guys who won your free copy of that $50 game will be able to master it. Speaking of, let's call my horse. Come on, horse. I'm calling it with left trigger. There it is. Good. Boom. Oh, did Laxer win Dynasty Warriors? Or is he just saying it would be fun in this game? Good man, Rails. I know you can do it.
They were checking on Steam, and it said that there was co-op, I believe.
Oh, really? In this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a clear. Yeah.
And multiplayer.
Alright, I apologize for getting that wrong then, you guys. Dragon Quest Heroes didn't have multiplayer, and I didn't, like, see a multiplayer option, so I didn't think there was. But I guess I didn't look hard enough.
Alex is always streaming Star Wars. Swizz.
Yes. Well, he also streams some Neverwinter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I might as well bring up our frequent Neverwinter reminder. You guys, I've gotten really into Neverwinter. I'm playing it a lot. You know, like, Bob really likes Elder Scrolls Online, and I like Elder Scrolls Online too, but I think Neverwinter is actually a better game, even though it's not as fancy looking. And, I mean, and it has the big advantage that everyone can play it since it's free. And even though it's free, it is very fairly monetized. And so I like that. Like, there's things you will want to spend money on, and if you do, you'll feel sufficiently rewarded. But the kind of person who doesn't want to spend any money when they play a game, they won't feel like they're missing out too much either. Oh, come on, frame rate.
Yeah,
I don't know why it got so bad all of a sudden.
It's being difficult.
Yeah. But anyway, so I've been playing Neverwinter a lot. I'm level 52 now out of a maximum of 70, so that should show you how much I've enjoyed it. Somehow I've squeezed 60 hours into it in the last 3 weeks. That's unheard of for me. Bad thing is, it means sometimes I was playing it when I should have been writing. But I am going to write a review of it, and it's going to be a pretty thorough review, you know, so I will feel good about that. And we've already written like a guide on joining guilds, and so that's, again, something that we benefited from. But we have a Neverwinter stream coming up. Like, we've already done 1 week in Neverwinter stream, but we have one coming up, hopefully in February, where we'll give out more premium prizes. And those premium prizes, they're like $10 or $15 worth of stuff, so they are definitely worth winning, and it's going to be a fun stream. But we have a Windows Central guild in that game. Bob helped create it. Unfortunately, he hasn't played since then. But our guild is doing really, really well. We have over 100 people in the guild out of a maximum of 150. So should show we're really dedicating the time and effort into that. And we would love anybody who does play Neverwinter to join us. Alright, there's the general somewhere. There he is. He's down there. Gotta go that way. It's shown on the map where I need to go. Yeah, you need to hurry up with that, little fire. I mean, you never know how much you'll like a game until you try it, and if it's free, then there's just no downside to trying it.
Yeah, the cost of entry is pretty low as free goes.
Yeah, if it's like a $60 game or a $30 game, then I understand trepidation, but
Indeed.
That's not the case. Alright, now it is time to get back on my horse. Where'd you go, horse? A rush zone has appeared.
Speaking of ESO, I bought that for my wife for like $12.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really like ESO. Like, I would like it better if everyone I knew played it, you know, because like I said, we have lots of people playing Neverwinter, so that helps. But Neverwinter is actually a little more intuitive, believe it or not. Like, even though some of the I don't know, for whatever reason, I find it easier to understand its various systems and where to go next and things like that.
Kind of very more difficult than Neverwinter.
You
So
said
you
it's
stick
not
an
very much.
arrow, and you follow the arrow, and that's it.
Yeah,
You
I
should-
don't. Maybe it's the quest management, like seeing what quest you're supposed to be working on and crap. Really, a lot easier in Neverwinter.
That's
But-
why I like so good. You follow the arrow, and then once you do that quest, it puts up a new arrow, and you just keep following the arrows.
Yeah, that's true. So it's not horribly confusing. I don't mean to make it sound like it's like the most unintuitive game either. I just think Neverwinter is a little more intuitive. So here's a big scene from this part of the actual anime and manga, is that we've run up into a, looks like a ravine or something. Like there's a big trench that's not supposed to be there. They thought this was just complete plains, and so it has kind of disrupted the war effort. The soldiers fell in. Why is the trench here? Are they in water? Maybe it's not water. It's oil. So they've fallen into a pit filled with oil. What do you think is going to happen? Uh-oh, flaming arrows. Yep.
They just kill a bunch of children?
They're not children, they're soldiers, but...
Well, isn't your character a child?
He didn't fall in. He managed to avoid falling in, thank goodness.
He's the only child soldier in the game?
He's 14. He is going to run across that boy from earlier. He is also exactly the same age, I think, so... He's not the only one who's a teenager, but... Alright, so, wow, and I'm actually still playing with the fire going and everything. The fire, it's like anime-looking fire. It looks really cool. You don't see that in games too often. Yeah, so this is where things start to go wrong for their army. Because the basic flow of the narrative is going to be that the kingdom gets overtaken and Arslan has to start from nothing to try to win his kingdom back. And a pretty compelling story. Oh, I cannot use my horse now. Interesting. So what am I supposed to be doing? Defeat the generals and head towards the escape point. So I will do so. So you guys, I know the game doesn't look as good as it should look, but hopefully you can see how it's pretty fun. Especially compared to the other Warriors games, it's a little deeper and it has a more compelling story. And so that certainly helps it be one of the standout entries.
I find D&D boring, Dr. Player. I don't know about evil. It's certainly boring.
Yeah, it's definitely not evil. Like I do not have a head for pen and paper RPGs at all. But the D&D writing and lore and stuff is really interesting, and Neverwinter capitalizes on that stuff pretty well. Like if you stop and take the time to read the background info it gives you on the areas you enter and stuff, it's all really good stuff.
I thought you were supposed to make up your own lore as you played the game.
No, there's...
Oh no, it's got a bunch of
Yeah.
lore that you can draw from. You make up your own scenarios.
Yeah, but you're basing it on the established D&D universe.
I was asked to be a dungeon master once, but I was like, I don't even know.
I think they were talking about a different kind of dungeon.
They might have.
Now, I mean, Bob, although playing pen and paper RPGs is the absolute maximum level of nerdiness, so like, don't expect to meet any girls unless they're girls who play D&D also. But still, Bob, like, based on
This was like 10 years ago. I don't think I'm going to be playing it anytime soon.
I mean, I think you should eventually try it because I think your talents are well suited for it. Like, my imagination is not as good as that. I mean, I have some imagination,
Hey,
but
Boy Hunter.
not that much.
My imagination is too crazy. It gets out of control.
Yes, that is true.
You'd make a good DM then.
Welcome, Boy Hunter. Yeah, like I want to talk a little bit about imagination because there's something that's been on my mind lately, and that's virtual reality. You know, virtual reality headsets, they're really neat, but you hear a lot of discussion. You know, like everybody who tries virtual reality pretty much likes it. Not every single person, but pretty much, because it's a really fascinating new technology and it has great gaming applications as well as other applications. Now I'm playing as a character called Daryun, who is one of the main generals. He's the guy we saw getting demoted for having qualms about this fight. Anyway, like there's enough people who, you hear this a lot, like you can't understand how cool VR is until you try it, but actually I was always able to tell how cool VR was going to be. Like, you know, I don't know, some people just can't imagine the applications for new technologies, and it's like, come on dude, you should be able to kind of imagine that, but not everyone can.
I can't imagine why I would need it personally, though. Like, I can see why other people might. But I've already got way too much like grid stuff already. I don't need... Technology needs to slow down. It's going too fast.
I mean, I won't argue that we don't all have too many
I just found
games to play.
Facebook last year. We gotta slow it down. I just learned how to poke people today.
You did. And Twitter, you just got on Twitter finally.
Yes, I just figured out how to make a Twitter.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. For instance, you have your early adopters and your late adopters. It's a mentality thing. Some people didn't get an HD TV until last week. Some people got them in 2007 or so when the Xbox One came out. Xbox 360, sorry. But yeah, I don't know. Like that technology, I have used it. It's really cool. Everyone who seriously plays tries a game with it at an event or whatever, says it's really cool. Sometimes you just have to trust that the people who've experienced these things are right. I know that's not actually a great argument to make, but
No.
it's because I'm playing at the same time. I can't put the proper thought into it. But I mean, it really has been on my mind a lot lately.
I don't know. I need to upgrade before I go VR.
Yeah, and believe me, I'm not saying everyone should go out and buy an Oculus Rift this year or something. However, I do think eventually is something that I expect a significant portion of gamers will own in 10 years time, say,
I would say less than that, probably 5, because they said they're looking at an 12 to 18 month Oculus specifically refresh cycle. So there'll be a new headset every 12 to 18 months.
It depends on when they can make it affordable and game support. So I don't want to overestimate when it's going to happen, but yeah, eventually
I
it's
would
going
say 5 years.
It's just why would you not want games to be as immersive as you can? You could say well, I don't want to close myself off from the world, and yeah, there's times when you wouldn't want to do that. But
yeah,
still,
but there's times where you really do.
Yeah, there's times when you do. It's like saying, well, why would I play Fallout 4? Why wouldn't I be going outside and meeting people? Well, sometimes you're just playing Fallout 4 by yourself, because that's how we play single-player games.
Well, if you go outside and you act like how you do in Fallout 4, you're probably going to get arrested.
Yeah, you're going to get arrested. There's no
would not be
probably
good.
to it.
Now, let me call my horse.
Well,
I can
you
figure out what
can't
I'm
do the
supposed
game
to do.
without killing people.
I heard that, and he cheated like crazy.
Oh yeah, you got these glitches and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta glitch that thing, because it doesn't want to let you get by without killing people.
Alright, what am I supposed to do? Break through the barrier.
Possible.
Where's this barrier? There it is. See if we can break through this thing. Yep, we broke through the turret tower thing.
Well, I don't particularly like Fallout games myself.
Yeah, neither do I. I can just go outside and do that.
I'm sure I would love Fallout if I had the time to play it. I don't. I mean, I played the very first Fallout and didn't like it, but it's because it's ancient PC and it's so much learning curve. Ridiculous, the controls and stuff. What am I supposed to do now? Break through another barrier? Yeah, there's 2 more barriers we have to break through, it looks like, so we'll run over there. But I mean, even Kinect had a lot of potential. I think Kinect ended up, overall, most gamers would agree that Kinect is sort of a failure as far as being a useful technology, if you're not counting voice commands, which again doesn't even need the Kinect to work. They could have done that a different way.
Are you talking about games?
Yes, for gaming, it is mostly a failure.
Yeah, I'll agree with
Yeah,
that. Other stuff, it's not.
Yeah, no, I mean, the voice
commands
commands are neat.
fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. But they could have done that in a different way. They could have built that mic in a different way. That didn't
They could have
even
built
need a
it into
camera.
the controller,
Yeah, they could
or
have. All
built
kinds
it
of
into a
things.
small module, or built it into the box itself.
Yeah.
Although you get a lot of interference from the fans.
But I thought, I mean, I always saw a lot of potential in Kinect, and I think the main reason they didn't realize it, besides not having enough games to support it, is that they were pretty strict about not allowing you to use a controller while playing with the Kinect, and that's the big mistake they made.
They didn't want the Wii scenario where you throw your controller into the TV.
Yeah.
That part's reasonable, but I mean, the real thing is, I think the people making these decisions didn't understand gaming. They really didn't. I mean, look at Don Matrick, people like that, But, it limits the game so much not having at least one button that the games couldn't have, very few of them had any good gameplay. Yeah, dancing games work fine with it, workout games, but you need a trigger. If each hand had a trigger, then Kinect games would be twice as good as what they were. And if you had one with an analog stick so you could control your character movement properly but still move the arms to the character with your real arms, man, it would have been great. But they just
pretty well in
they never let it happen.
that one Nightmares game. It was fully you walk around wherever you want. It worked out really good.
I mean, that game sounds like one of the better ones that was released for it, although some people hated it, I guess because of the graphics or whatever.
It's kind of low budget.
Yeah, but, I mean, walking by pointing your arm in one way or another is just a dumb control method. The thing is, the control method has to be better than existing ones. You can't just have motion control for the sake of motion control. It actually has to have a point. So the way around that would be let me walk with an analog stick in one hand, the Move controller, the Wii, the Wii wand or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, that's all they needed. They needed to let you have movement control and a fire button, and you could, like, the games would have been, like, 10 times more complex and interesting. And it just would have gone over so much better.
What we're discussing now is the first Kinect. We're not talking about the second Kinect.
Well,
you can't use a controller with the second Kinect. I know
well, yeah, what games do, though? Is there a game that does?
Battlefield 4, Commander Cherry.
Battlefield 4 does not count. Commander Cherry, yeah, I never
Tomb
played
Raider,
that.
the first Tomb Raider. I don't know if the Rise of the Tomb
No,
Raider.
I'm not talking about real games that have little minor Kinect things tacked on. I'm talking about Kinect-specific games.
Well, Commander Cherry then, right? And Kinect Sports. I think every Kinect game actually let you use controller. What's that? The Q. That one has a you can use controller.
That's not a Kinect game.
Yeah, it is.
It's a game with Kinects. Or is it really?
It's the whole game's like you move your body and you make different shapes, or you gotta try to like push balls off stuff.
Okay, yeah, and I'm not just talking about using the controller for menus, which some games did allow on the original 360.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, definitely they should let you use a controller for the menus, because again, you want to, like, waving your arms around to make menu selections does not work very well.
Yeah, especially with kind of Kinect Sports. That game was pretty tiring. You don't want to be tired out from the main menu.
Good point. That is a very good point. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they would have allowed those things that the Move has, that the Wii has, then the games could have been better. And if the games were good enough, it would have won people over. But the kind of games that they release for Kinect just are not good enough to win everyone over, or win enough people, you know?
Yeah.
It's a shame. But it doesn't mean I love Dance Central, and there were some Kinect games I really liked. One of my favorite Kinect Disneyland Adventures on the 360. If that game had analog stick movement for walking, it would have been like just super great. But it didn't have that, so you had to walk around waving your arms like an idiot. Let's see.
They should have had it like Nightmares, where you just like take one step forward and then you start walking in that direction. Step back when you want to stop.
Then it has to be able to see your feet, and my camera does not see my feet very well.
It's supposed to see your...
Yeah, but I mean, obviously it is supposed to, but it's not practical for many people's room setups.
Yeah,
Dance Central was fun, even though you look stupid doing it.
But I mean, if you're any good at it, you look like you're dancing.
Yeah.
Those are real dancing moves in Dance Central.
Well, you can stream it, and we'll let you know how it looks.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Little Fryer. At least Kinect 2 is a lot more capable than the original Kinect, so a new Disneyland game would have been even better. Because it was...
Fantasia game was fantastic.
Well, I haven't played that yet. I heard it be good.
I played it. It didn't win me over. To me, it's just another Kinect game. Like just
my arms hurt afterwards, though.
Definitely, yes. All right, so we got to. Now it turns out there was a traitor on the good guy's side, and this guy is the traitor. So Arslan is confronting him.
So you're gonna execute him, or this is more story based, less choice?
Yeah, this is a story part, an important part of the main story. So we'll see what happens. Arslan is defending himself. This is his first battle period, his first real battle after training for a while. Then here comes Daryun, the good general guy. And Daryun is not going to take any of this dude's crap. Yeah, because we're talking about like a kingdom that was definitely in the lead, kind of like the Roman Empire when they were doing really well. We're talking about the only way for them to lose would be through some treachery. They had the superior forces and all that, and they're being invaded, so they have the home field advantage.
Uh-huh.
Yep, alright, so... It's cool that you get to play as more than one person and not just Arslan, too.
Are you playing as the traitor?
No, I'm playing as Daryun, his loyal general.
Ah, gotcha.
And Daryun swore to his uncle, which is the trainer guy who trained Arslan. He swore to his uncle that he would stay by Arslan and directly serve him from now on. So he's gonna make good on that. Let's do my special move, see how that goes. Boom. Really cool looking. Mobile, what game is Laxer talking about?
Oh, they're just talking about Windows Mobile 10.
Oh.
Yeah. The Redstone update's coming out soon.
What does that do?
I don't know.
It's sort of like a service pack.
It's gonna be mad at me for not knowing. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, not everybody follows that stuff as closely as some of us.
I used to follow it really closely, but then, you know, when Windows Phone lost me from, you know, them making bad decisions for years and years, then I had to step back. The more I pay attention to it, the sadder I get, so it doesn't do me much good. Ow.
Well, I pay attention to it because of the PC side and the server side.
Makes sense.
But that's just me.
Woo! I grabbed him on my pole arm and smacked him around. That was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Daryun is actually a much better fighter than Karlan, so he should win this battle. And I have a lot more life, so it shouldn't be in doubt. Little Friar is not too happy with Windows 10.
I think Windows 10 is fine on the PC.
Yeah, on PC it's pretty good.
On my Surface Pro, I don't especially enjoy some of the changes they made, but again, I haven't put enough time into it to be fair in that judgment.
I think it's pretty good.
I don't like not having apps displayed down at the bottom on a taskbar. Is there a way to make it do that? For better
that's its default behavior.
Yeah, not on the Surface Pro.
Mm.
I've got a search bar down there, and
you have to change that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a search bar, and then there's like a switch to tablet mode button, which brings up a heinous, hideous menu.
Turn off tablet mode.
I guess I need to figure out how to do that.
It's in the Action Center. Swipe in from the right.
Oh, okay, remind me later. Dude's got a shield on, so I gotta knock him down a little bit to get his shield to come up. This probably will be the end of the level, I hope so, because I'm ready to play some Neverwinter. Oh, by the way, at Windows Central, in our forums, we have an official Neverwinter Guild forum, and so if anybody is thinking about joining the guild, like Lil Friar's been thinking about it, I've seen, then you can go to that forum thread and ask questions and get game advice and stuff. Like, we have one guy who's a true expert, and even Icky is pretty well familiar with the game. And they can answer a lot of your gameplay questions and stuff, and we would love to get as many people into it as we could. Zero, yes, basically, or at least it's using frames of animation from the show. Like, it's not actually video from the show, it's just frames of animation used to tell the story.
Mm-hmm. So is there a limit to how many people can join the guild?
Yeah,
500 or something like that?
See, here's the thing. I thought it was 500 people. It's actually 150 gamer tags, 500 characters.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we have over 100. We're getting towards... But what we'll do is when we get really close to filling up, we'll ditch the really low-level people who aren't going to go anywhere.
You can kick me out of there.
Bob, I don't know why... Like, we just accomplished our guild, and now is when you want to give up on the game. That's just a shame.
I kind of gave up on it a long time ago.
You just need to play it more. Like, if you learn more of the systems and stuff, I really think you get into it. There's a lot of good stuff. Need to keep skipping through all this different story stuff.
I don't like how much it asks me to pay for stuff, and it gets kind of annoying.
There's not... I mean, like, there's so little that you really need to pay for. Like, even there's premium chests. Like, the worst nag there is premium chests. You just... you can just ignore those chests.
Like, you can't even complete the quest unless you pay money to buy a horse. Like, real money. And it's like, oh...
No.
Okay.
Yeah, see, again, like, you gotta learn the systems better. One of us could give you gold to buy a horse. Like, for anybody who's been playing for a while, that amount of gold is no big deal.
I'll give you money in ESO if you want to buy a horse. I think my friend gave you money.
Yeah, no, remember I do have a horse in ESO.
Yeah.
You gave me, like, a dime in ESO. Your friend, truth be told, is the one who gave me real money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him.
I buy horses for all my friends in that game, and I have a lot of friends that play it.
Here it is. How did I miss this earlier? This is what I get for rushing so much. Online mode is right there on the main menu.
You missed it.
Let's go look at the gallery in the encyclopedia real quick. Characters. So, oh, he can change his costume to different variants of the costumes he'll wear in the game. Young, no gown. That's neat. So some good stuff for people who get into it. If I just want him to dress a certain way, then it looks like I can make that happen. Good old Daryun. I'm surprised it's not letting me read about them. That'd probably be in the encyclopedia. What kind of wallpapers have I unlocked? Unlocked one for Arslan there. Looking good, Arslan. And these are pictures that you can make your background on Xbox One, of course, if you're playing that version. Daryun. Daryun is pretty awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, if he ever dies, like, he seems pretty invincible right now. If he ever dies later in the story, I'm gonna freak out. But you just never know, because there are characters that die, of course. So
Yeah,
event scenes.
It's not like a live action show where they have to keep people alive because their contracts.
Good point. Oh, different cards. Marsbond.
You didn't talk about it, but have you seen all that new DC stuff that's been coming out?
You mean like Legends of Tomorrow that just came out
all
this week, didn't it?
The trailers and stuff that have been coming out this week?
Oh, that's a good question. I have not watched the new Suicide Squad trailer. I would like to. I've been looking at the posters and stuff, but I haven't watched the trailer for it.
It's pretty good.
Can you buy extra character slots in Neverwinter?
Yes, you can.
No. There's your answer, Little Fire.
Yeah, and there's like I have 3 characters that I'm playing. You get 2 by default, and the achievements are built around maxing out 2 characters to max level, which if you like it enough, I mean, it doesn't even take horribly long, especially if you're playing a certain way.
If you're cheating.
But yeah, like they sell packs of things that give you like a bunch of good items and an extra character slot for say, I don't know, $20-$30 some of those packs. And again, you don't need them. 2 characters for many of us would be plenty.
Yeah. And if you put enough time into the game to get like 2 fully leveled up characters, you'll probably won't mind spending a few dollars to get another one.
Yeah, because at that point you know you love the game. Oh, but here's another good point. You can, in Neverwinter, unlike ESO as far as I know, you can actually trade the currency you get from missions in for the maximum premium currency, which is called Zen. Yeah, so like if you really play a lot, then you can get your own VIP subscription and stuff just by trading in your currency, and it's awesome. And that encourages you to auction items and stuff, you know, to earn up your money to do that. Okay. Let me look at this battle stuff. You can look at the results of the historic battles that you're taking place in. Ooh, you can look up what all the words mean, because it does have some words from like the made-up language in the game. And, yeah, like a golem is their word for slave. If you forgot, then you would want to look that up.
Oh, okay.
Chronology. Stop talking to me while I'm talking. All right. Shh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, my son is being dopey. Alright, so this has been Arslan, the Warriors of Legend. Thank you everyone for sticking around. We did run a little late. Sorry, we had a few technical problems here and there, but in the end we were able to do everything we planned for the night, so that's good.
Indeed.
What'd you think of the game, Bob?
This one?
Yeah.
Really good. I like this one a lot.
Nice.
I love the animation.
Yep, pretty good art style here. And like unlike the One Piece Warriors game that I streamed that Vito One Piece Warriors game, and that's a good game if you're a One Piece fan. But like this game actually gives you all the context you need to get into the story. Like the One Piece you only will really get into if you already have watched One Piece. This tells you the story, so you don't even have to watch a show.
And there's like over 180 episodes of One Piece, if I remember right. It's ridiculous, and it's still going.
Yeah, I mean, that's no knock against One Piece.
I mean, I like One Piece, but geez.
Yeah, that's a big commitment, like a lot to get into. This is much more approachable, in my opinion. Oh, nice. Amazon has the volumes on sale. And yeah, that's like 180 or 200 pages for volume, I forget. But there's 4 volumes out, and they're great. I really recommend them.
Cool.
Thank you, Moobot. Yeah, everybody don't forget to... Oh, unless he's talking about One Piece. He's probably talking about One Piece, actually.
Yeah, he was talking about One Piece, and he said like 150. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's more than that.
Well, the manga has a lot. I don't think there's 700 episodes.
Yeah, maybe...
I think there is.
Yeah, everyone is saying so in the chat.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
I haven't been paying attention to it for a very long time, so
keeps the story going and going.
I suppose.
All right, well, yeah, we need to wrap it up. Thank you guys for your great co-hosting tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, no worries.
Word. Thank you all for sticking around with us late, and don't forget we're going to be back tomorrow with Clockwork Tales for Xbox One. It's going to be fun.
Indeed.
We'll give out some free copies.
Sweet.
Love you guys. Living Dead Girl, Stony Silence, Icky, Graxaplon, Laxer.
What about Swizzlers?
Oh, there's Little Friar. Didn't I say Swizz? Definitely
I'm pretty
Swizz.
sure you skip Swizzlers.
Yeah, everybody who stuck with us, we greatly appreciate it.
Indeed. Thanks for stopping by, everybody.
Yep. And there's Rick Castillo. Thank you too, man. Yep. Love you guys. We will see you tomorrow night, hopefully. Bob Jones, whatever you do, don't hate. Appreciate.
Have a good one.